Hey everyone, I just want to welcome you to my channel. This is Carissa's Bread Basket, and I am just going to share some ways of doing sourdough with you that is not complicated. It doesn't require a scale. I'm going to show you the basics of how to start a starter today. That is the plan, and I just wanted to come on here and just kind of teach you guys a few things that I have learned. I've been doing this for a little bit, well, about a year now, and I love it. I don't remember the last time we bought a loaf of bread. And I do the classic sourdough loaves, but I also do rolls and I do soft sandwich loaves, which is my favorite personally. And so there's a lot of variety that you can do with sourdough, and I just love it. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am married. I have a husband named George. We've been married almost 27 years. We have three beautiful daughters, and we live south of St. Louis in a little cute little area down here. And so I'm just excited to share what I have learned, and just encourage you not to be intimidated by sourdough. It's not that bad, and it's actually amazing. The health benefits that you get from the beneficial bacteria it far outweighs the cons and the work. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to set this aside for just a minute because I want to show you. I actually was able to get a starter from a great friend of mine named Casey. She gave me a cup of her starter, which was already established. It was a year old at that time. And this is where we're at now. And I can actually make this double within 3 to 4 hours after feeding it, which is just really, really cool. I bought this jar as a kit, actually for my daughter, because she's the one that wanted to start sourdough, and then I ended up kind of taking over. But she helps me too. So, but this is amazing too for scraping up flour when you spill it. You don't have a lot of hard work with your cleanup and things like that. But you do, if you can, you want to have a flat jar here. Now, today I have a 1 quart jar. It does have a little bit of a lip here, but we're going to try something. I'm going to take a paper towel every day because what can happen is moisture can get trapped, and I'm just going to wipe that out as I feed it and see if that works. So we're going to experiment that together. So that is my sourdough starter, and I actually store mine in the refrigerator, and then you don't have to feed it as often. So that's kind of nice. Now, this is a loaf that I'm going to be making today. This is the goal. You want to be able to make your own sourdough bread. And today I'm actually making this loaf for a friend of mine. And so it is just about ready to go into the refrigerator for cold proofing, which is something that we will learn in a later video what that means. All right, so I just want to tell you, if you don't have well water or you don't have a filter in your house, you're going to need to get a filter, because what happens is the chlorine that's in the water will actually kill the beneficial bacteria that's going to be in your starter. So you want to start with filtered water. Make sure that it doesn't have any chlorine in it. I got excited when we bought this because I didn't know if it would filter out the chlorine, and it does. I found out the hard way that you're not supposed to use tap water because I tried this before, and yeah, it didn't work out so well. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start. Now, I do want to say a lot of people use a scale. I find that that's not necessary for the method that I use. And so I'm just going to kind of show you what I do. If you want to use a scale and follow that method, you're more than welcome to. I think it's really cool because there's hundreds of ways that you can do sourdough and it still works. It's just absolutely amazing. All right, so we're going to take 1 cup. And like I said, you can do less than that if you want to. This is what works for me. So I'm going to go ahead, and I highly recommend that you use whole wheat flour. Now, for my baking, I use bread flour and I use all-purpose flour unbleached. But this has 1 ingredient in it. It's 100%, it's hard red whole wheat flour. Very good quality. And this will actually help the bacteria and everything to grow faster if you use the whole wheat. So you don't have to be quite as patient if you use regular flour, because sourdough does take some patience. Now, this is really good for, you can see that I've got some flour here. Just scraping this off makes cleanup a breeze. So then you can just scrape that into your hand, and then you're good. All right, so now we're going to do almost a cup. Now, if you're weighing, water does weigh a little different than flour. But the recipe that I follow is from Farmhouse on Boone. I actually get a lot of good information from her. So if you want to check her out, you can. So we're just going to stir the flour and the water together. And this is where the magic begins. Just make sure that it's fully incorporated. And you'll notice on my jar that I have a rubber band. You're not going to need that for a couple of days, but when you need it, you'll need it because it's going to show how much your starter is growing as you feed it. So, yeah. All right. Make sure that you scrape all the way down to the bottom. Another thing that I recommend is these little spatulas. They work great for doing this because you can scrape the sides really well. I actually got this set at Dollar General. It comes with a spoon and then the little scraper, and then it also came with a whisk. So they're nice for just little things like this. All right. I think this is good. Now, yeah, that looks great. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a lid on it, not tightly. It's just going to sit on top of it. You're not going to crank it down with the ring. You're just going to let the lid sit on top. And like I said, make sure that you dry out the rim daily. We're going to try that. I've never done that before, so this will be an experiment. And I just want to say, if you would like to follow me, I'm on Facebook. And if you like this video or want to see more like it, just go ahead and put like. And if you could subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate that as well. I'm excited. This is going to be a new adventure for Carissa's bread basket. So, all right, this looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape this off. And then I'm going to put it back in there. And then we'll put the lid on. Now you make sure that you put the lid on, make sure that it's on good to where bacteria that you're not wanting to get inside of here doesn't get into it, and make sure that it doesn't dry out. That is the purpose of this. Now what you're going to do is roll your rubber band down to where it is, and that way you can see. So in a few days, it's going to start growing, and you're going to start noticing little bubbles in your starter. That is the goal. And like I said, this is mine, and you can see all of these little bubbles that are in here. That is active yeast, active bacteria that is in my starter, and that is what's going to make your bread rise. So it's awesome. I actually stuck with this because it was helping my dad so much. He had colon cancer whenever he was 32 years old. I had no idea the benefits that this was going to be for him. And so that is what actually kind of kept me going. I bake for my mom and dad every week and absolutely love it. So I just encourage you, don't be intimidated. Let's just try this together, see what you think, and then I'm going to teach you everything that I know. All right, thanks so much, everyone.